had 4 straight sides, would it be a square? I'm my own property, to dispose of as I wish. Are you sure? He said. You wouldn't rather have a lawyer read it through first? I was starting to feel tired. Old age, too much exertion, and I begin to fade. Presumably, I said, you're worried in case I try and get the agreement set aside on the grounds that I was rushed into it and didn't know what I was signing. Excuse me, you claim to have read my books. Whatever else I am, I'm not stupid, and I'm not senile, and I've read it and understood every word. And you're prepared to sign? Yes. He took the paper back from me. Let me just have a quick look at that. I grinned. Sensible. If there was a loophole I'd spotted, it'd be his fault. He read it carefully. I noticed he moved the tip of his forefinger along the lines, then stared at it for a while. It's our standard form of contract, he said. Quite. Which has been used many times before, and on each occasion has proved lawyer-tight. Mind you, there's always a first time for everything. Unkind of me to say that. He gave me a startled look and read the whole thing over again. In any case, I said, I don't suppose you've got the authority to change anything without getting it cleared first. On the contrary, I have full. He stopped, peered at me as though I were a smeared window. I just find it hard to accept, he said, that someone I've admired and respected for so long would condemn himself to eternal damnation just so as to massage his own ego. It's such a stupid thing to do. My turn to peer. But he looked genuinely concerned. Honesty, I said. We are always honest. We always tell the truth. I nodded. If you can't trust the father of lies, I said, do you want me to sign the bloody thing or not? Of course I do, I said. That's why I'm here. He drummed his fingers on the desktop. Fortunatus of Medea, he said. A man I've always looked up to. Caught one of your lot in a glass flask and heated him up over a hot flame until he turned into vapor. He wrote it up in his natural history. Of course, the most fundamental thing about an experiment is that it's capable of producing the same result when repeated. Have you got a pen? I asked. If not, Tysander of Scona, 2 centuries later, he went on, as if he hadn't heard me, tried to reproduce Fortunatus's results. The likeliest explanation is that he applied too much heat too quickly. They had to redraw several maps. Tysander of Scona was new to me. Mind you, there are some things they don't want you to know about. Sign the bottom of the page, I said, and your initials at the foot of each paragraph. He shrugged. Will you be my principal liaison and point of contact? Paragraph 3, Section 2. Yes. Splendid. I think we're going to get along famously. Our standard form of contract, slightly amended to suit the specific requirements of the customer, but the core phraseology, the magic words that do the business, always stay the same. Indefeasibly and absolutely devise and remit in perpetuity, and so forth. In this case, we'd thrown in a guaranteed 20 years of healthy life, plus rejuvenation to age 25. Apart from that, he was entitled to the usual package of benefits: access to limited specified supernatural powers through the agency of his designated case officer. That would be me. Not, he assured me, that I'll be wanting any of the conjuring tricks. Cures for headaches and backaches, perhaps, and it would be nice to fly